No, it's been a great week. Obviously, we've accomplished kind of everything we wanted to. Like I said, first time in a long time getting these guys in the same room together. Gave them a chance to, work on some things on ice, off ice, and then to have it kind of culminate with a competitive game here today. I know they were all itching to kind of get into a game situation here, so it was a great skate today.
See a couple of the older guys stepping up. I noticed Carlson kind of was quiet this week. Decided, okay, this is my chance to kind of show it.
Yeah, I think you can see we got some guys that can shoot the puck with Leckermacki and McDonough and Carlson, and there's some special, I'd say, tool sets that we've gotten these guys, and they got a chance. I think that, like I said, they were excited today to kind of get into some game situations and out of the drill, and I think some guys kind of elevated themselves today.
Specifically speak about Carlson, a little older guy coming over than maybe most Europeans. Do you think he's, first shot at North America, now he's a little more ready to perform to what you expect he can?
Yeah, I think he's going to have an adjustment of the pace and obviously the arena size, but he's a smart kid. He's got a real high-end skill set that I think he's just going to have to find a way to be able to use it differently than he did in Sweden. But with a little bit more experience and an older guy, I think that the adjustment for him will be maybe easier than it is for some.
Okay, what about the decision to go 5-5, 4-4, 3-on-3? Are you just looking to see guys in different games in the States?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the 4-on-4, 3-on-3 all the time, just because it's not typical game situation. I like to see them in 5-on-5 of a typical what a game would be, but I think it's great for the fans that were here. I think it gives them a little bit more open ice to use some of their skill set and have some fun with it. So just trying to change it up a little bit.
What did you see from guys like Nielsen and Canucks, who obviously were playing in Abbotsford last year, guys that are kind of projects? Did you see what you wanted to see from them over the course of the week?
Yeah, and even the course of last year. I mean, how much those guys improved, to Chase Waters as well. And I wanted them here this week to kind of set the table for these guys, the experience that they had in Abbotsford, understanding from the coaches and from my eyes what I want to see on a daily basis. So it was great having those guys here. They played a real leadership role this week for some of these younger kids. But they've taken steps, and you can see that in their game. So I'm excited to get all those guys back into the fold with our Abbotsford group this year.
I just noticed Chase asking Elias about his knee as they were walking by, so I guess that's an example of that, isn't it?
100%. I mean, Chase is a guy I lean on heavily, and amazingly as a rookie in the American League, coming in on an AHL contract. How much we leaned on him as a group to set an example, and so he's going to be a huge part of even our leadership group this year in Abbotsford, because the kid just does everything the right way. He's as real as a human as you find. He cares about his teammates, and you see that on a daily basis.
Specifically about Baines, a bit of a spotlight on him, local kid, maybe a bit of a late bloomer. What do you see from him, and perhaps where does he fit this year?
Well, you know his skill set. I mean, he can make plays with the puck that not a lot can, and again, it's just going to be the adjustment to the pace, to the size and strength, and I think his challenge will be, making sure he uses that skill set in the middle of the ice and not on the perimeter, and that's something we're going to work with him and adjust with him. But just saying to our group, I mean, I'm excited how young of a group we have coming in, and those that end up in Abbotsford. It's going to be an exciting group. I mean, we're going to have some growing pains, and guys have some adjustment period, but I think with these guys, you get into December and January, I think you'll see them really turn a corner once they adjust to the league and everything over here in North America.
We talked about the shot, and obviously we saw the Leckermacki at the end. Did you learn anything about him over the past 4 days?
Well, I mean, I wanted to give him a little bit of a grace period here, coming off a sickness, and I don't know if people understand how arduous the draft process is, of the interviews and the stress that goes into it. So I wanted to make sure we gave him a little bit of room to just get comfortable here. A lot going on, obviously, for him, but I thought as the week went on, he got better and better each day, and again, you see how he can shoot the puck. He's a darter. He's in and out of the scoring areas. He's a smart player. So excited to grow with him. He's got a big summer still ahead of him with the World Juniors and things going on. But great to have him here and get acclimated to our group and get to learn a lot about us.
it easier when so much of that group has a Swedish root, like not just on the ice but within the development staff?
100%. To have other teammates that are going through the process, and then to have Danny and Hank and Michael Samuelson and even Patrick and I think they feel a little bit at home here, which is good. And watching them kind of support each other. They're all at kind of different stages, but to watch them help each other through the week was pretty cool.
You talked about Carlson and the different ice. He suggested yesterday that maybe there's been some question about his skating, but maybe the smaller ice might actually benefit him. And Patrick said the same thing compared to Sweden, his strengths and weaknesses.
100%. He is a big, strong body. Again, not afraid of the hard areas. You see him out there going to the front of the net and he does some things in traffic that not a lot can. I think that'll really help his adjustment into the pro game over here. He's not afraid of the hard area. Obviously, the way he can get the puck off his stick. So, no, he's an exciting player for us. I can't wait to just get him in and get him into training camp and in and around that group, because I think, as he's shown, when he gets around better players, it only elevates his game. And he can find those areas when people can get him the puck. It's usually in the back of the net.
Archie, when you're looking at development compared to last year, this year you guys get a development camp. It seems like you added a bunch of bodies. You're going to have a guy over there in Europe. Like, how much more confident are you in just developing your players this year compared to last year?
Well, like I said, we've added a lot of young players, and then to really build out our development staff that I think is as important as a process in rebuilding an organization or retooling an organization. So we've got the support, the resources, young players, I think, which insinuates we're heading in the right direction here.
Specifically the guys in Sweden, I know that a lot of the players that I talk to, whether either talking to you or talking to Chris, what does it mean to get Michael Samuelson now out there and being able to go see them in person and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's awesome, especially the last couple of years. It's a lot of Zooms and phone calls and watching a lot of video, but it's not the same as the eye-to-eye contact, which in a development process, building that trust and relationship with players, it has to come in person. And it's something I firmly believe in. Those conversations after a game or over breakfast next morning, they go so far. So to have somebody over there and be very spread out with our group throughout North America, and then to have a great resource staff here in Vancouver and around Abbotsford, I feel like like I said, I'm really confident in where we're heading as an organization in that department.
When you saw what the city were able to do last year, it felt like they were a big influence to a lot of players that I talked to anyways out there. Now they're going to be able to get a chance to get on the ice with some of the guys in Abbotsford. How different do you think their role is going to be now that they're going to kind of be even more involved in development out there now?
Well, I think when we talked about it a year ago, it was really important to have them understand the AHL life. We're talking about two players that Hall of Famers never had to, that wasn't a part of their path. And so I thought it was awesome that they wanted to learn that side of it, and spending time with them and helping them understand the AHL day-to-day, the transactions, how that works, and them come out once a week and watch practice and see the behind-the-scenes stuff of the American Hockey League. I think they really enjoyed it, and now I think they can sink their teeth in a little bit further into it. I want them to support Jeremy and his staff as they did last year, and I think now having a better understanding of the landscape of the AHL, I think it'll only give them more of an emphasis to jump in and support that group.